Alright, hello. Back again, yet another video. I wanted to show you the dam scene in Jurassic Park. Okay. Again, just another super loaded film. Obviously, Steven Steven Spielberg. We're gonna have it's gonna be loaded. Okay. So we're gonna talk about this Jurassic Park. Let me whip on to the actual. Well, we are on the Wikipedia page, but let's whip back from the image to the actual some of the numbers here and some of the actors and everything before we get into the actual showing you the scene. So that'll be coming up in a minute. Again, if you haven't seen Jurassic Park, who hasn't seen Jurassic Park? But if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about not too much of the film here, actually, just one scene. But if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube for free right now. Okay, so watch it. I guess it's a pretty good film. It's all right. It's not one of those films again that I would watch a million times over, but it's it's an okay film. Now, okay, let's look at the release date. Okay, so already we've got some interesting stuff here with release dates. We've got the 6/11, June 11th. So we've already got a 9/11 reference here, because of course you flip that around, and of course if you watch Jurassic Liar's channel, 6/11 is one of his main dates for something to happen. I think it's this Space Needle, is his 6/11 Washington Space Needle event. So 6/11, super duper important. We got the 127, okay. Lots of references to that, obviously Tower 1, 2, and 7. So 9/11 references. So we've got 9/11 references, and then we've got the 9th of June, 69. And again, Michael J. Fox's birthday is the 9th of June, So very important with the connection back, obviously, with Michael J. Fox, with Back to the Future, and all the... I mean, he's just loaded for 9/11, okay? What is interesting is actually, if we go back to this, let me do something here. This might be reaching for a lot of people, but of course, the reference back with Michael J. Fox is important, and of course, Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's disease. Okay, he has the Park disease, and remember, he's dating Jessica Parker. Okay, and there's several other references to Sarah Jessica Parker being in like Mars Attacks with Michael J. Fox. But again, married to Jessica, married to, well, actually, yes, he does get married to Jessica Parker during Back to the Future, but this is the love interest of Marty is Jessica Parker, yeah? Jurassic Parker. Jessica Parker, Jurassic Parker. Do you see that? Yeah, Jurassic Park, Jessica Parker, is what happens when you go into the Matrix. Yeah, what looked nice to begin with turns into a nightmare. Okay, but that might be a bit too much of a reach for some people. JP Jessica Parker. Okay, Jurassic Park, Jessica Parker. Okay, with that being said, let's crack on, Dan. Come on. So there's a number of little references to 9/11 in here, and I think also to the Hoover Dam. We're going to see that scene in just a second. Let me just show you something else. Let's just do the birthday. So Sam Neill is the main scientist guy, one of the main characters in the film. Okay, you'll have seen him in other very interesting films as well. His birthday, the 14th of September. Okay, so we have that's a really important day in the or important numbers that tie back into the clock tower, and obviously it's got the 49 in there. So it's a really it's a super loaded birthday. And if you look at all the other birthdays, within Jurassic Park, within the the actors and actresses, they're all either they're just all very interesting. they're either picked. I think they're either picked because of their birthday or because they have a birthday that's kind of close to what the number that somebody's wanting to sort of emphasize in certain aspects of certain characters. Okay, so who else can we pick out? Let's pick out the two kids because they've got interesting birthdays. So Joseph Mazzello, I don't know how you say that, but anyway, his birthday is September the 21st. So we've got a 129 or the 29 in there, which is Labor Day. So this is really important with the tie back to Labor Day and the dam, okay, and going into labor and giving birth from the dam, okay. And then of course it wouldn't be right not to show the sister that's also in the scene, with the Hoover Dam scene. There is, and this is one of the other main characters. So we've got the two kids that are in the car, and then we've got Sam Neill as well. So they're the three main people. Jeff Goldblum is also in that scene, and there's also another actor that is the lawyer that ends up getting eaten on the toilet in that scene, which we'll go to. But the three main characters that come out of that scene are Sam Neill, that last guy, and this gal here. Okay, and she has the September the 11th birthday, Ariana Richards. Okay, so we've got those three characters. And of course the names are interested: Lex Murphy and Tim Murphy, and also with the Murphy. And the Murphy, a very popular Irish name, obviously Mur, connected to the sea again, connected to the merchant system, all connected back to Mary, and obviously very interesting with the connection back with the Irish connection, the connection back to St. Patrick's Day, the earshot. Okay, very cool. I can't remember. Oh, blooming hell! I can't remember who mentioned in the comments about the ear representing the golden spiral. And if you're going to represent the golden spiral with the ear, what coils up is the snake. So it's a very interesting idea about the ear getting shot and killing the snake, the coiled up snake. Yeah, so that is kind of a nice reference back to St. Patrick with the destruction, with killing all the snakes in Ireland. And obviously Trump has that famous little verse that he uses, don't tread on me. I don't know when he does that. When does he, one of his little speeches about the snake. And so it's kind of an interesting little tie back with Murphy, and obviously the date of his earshot tying back with the same numbers as St. Patrick's Day. I think we've exhausted. I don't want to do all these other. There's a lot of interesting birthdays there, but I don't really want to mess around with going through all of them. One other thing to mention. Let's just go to the actual novel by Michael Crichton. If we look at the publication date here, we've got the 11/20. We've got Joe's birthday, old Joe Biden, with the publication date here, which is very, very interesting, seeing as, if you were going to call a president a dinosaur, it might be Joe Biden, mightn't it? So again, that's interesting. Anyway, let's crack on with the actual scene in Jurassic Park now, because otherwise this video is going to be way too long. So this is the scene where the power has just gone out. Newman has just cut the power. I'm using his Seinfeld name, but Newman has just cut the power and is trying to steal the embryos, okay? And so the power is out, and they're right by the T-Rex pen, okay? And here is the goat that was shown there earlier that has been put up, the sacrificial goat that's on a leash here, ready to be eaten by T-Rex. Okay, and so what we're going to do is just jump through here really a little bit, because we don't really need to watch the whole thing through. Again, it's on YouTube right now. You can go watch the thing, see what you can see in here. So the two vehicles, we got two cars. That's important, yeah. The Twin Towers, okay, two cars. And the numbers on the car, we might actually see the numbers on the car, but what I will say is that I'm pretty sure the car that goes over is this first car, and the first car is 004. You won't be able to make it out on this ticket here. In fact, let's go big. You might be able to make it out now. 004, okay, and the lawyer is in here. And so what's interesting about this is it's raining as well in the scene. That's important. 004, we can take that 00 and make it into an 8 very, very easily. Eclipse reference as well with the two discs coming together. Okay, so very important, very interesting that I use the 00, and we've got the number 4 there. So we've got 84. And again, if we go through the year, how many months has gone by for the 4th of September? We've had actually 8 months completed, and then we're 4 days in for the 4th of September, okay? So 84 is time back to 94, okay? And again, the next car back, okay, so this is happening, this is the first car, and then the next car back is, okay, let's get off that, night vision. And I'll tell you what's also interesting is this little water bottle he's using here. I'm not sure what to make of it, and there's a little logo on here, and I'm not gonna comment on that right now, but you could look at it yourself and see that there's some interest. You could pick some interesting numbers out. Might be a bit of a reach for some people if I was to talk about that right now, but yeah, you could maybe get the 914 out of that, or 917. There's a whole bunch of different ways of looking at that little thing. I'm not going to, let's forget about that right now. But he's collecting water again, yeah, in the water vessel, reference to the water vessel. And you look at the colors that Sam's wearing. He's got the red and the blue on. He's got the Indiana Jones hat on. Okay, that's important. The reference back to Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford. And then we've got the same date with the Donald Trump thing. So it's just absolutely nuts, to be quite honest. We'll go through. We've got the twin glasses there, not just one glass of water to begin with. Keep going. Oh, the other car is 005. Okay, so the 85 ties in with 95 the following day, because we're talking about this thing happening in the midnight hour between 94 to 95. Okay, there's part of the leg of the goat. So the T-Rex has shown up and has eaten the goat. Where's the goat? There's the goat. The goat lands on the top of the car. There's T-Rex. Okay, the lizard people that run the legal system. This guy's running away. Notice the tombstone here. Notice the no sign. Yeah, very important with the no sign. In fact, I'll show you something. Actually, while we're on the subject, maybe I cut out of here. He's going to the toilet. I'll tie back with that goat again, with the sacrificial goat and the scapegoat. But I want to tie back with that goat. Hopefully, I don't forget. I've got a couple of images up because I want to show you again with the Hoover Dam. Okay, so we've got this dude, the lawyer, escaping to the toilet. Then, of course, Mr. T-Rex comes through, and an important thing here, they say, don't move. If you don't do anything, that he can't see you. Okay, this is another little truth drop to the legal system. about how to deal with the legal system, because the dead fiction that you play along with, your birth certificate person, if you don't do anything with that thing, guess what? They can't do anything with you. Okay, it's a video for another day, but it's just a little truth drop there, that if you don't do anything, they won't see you. Yeah, because you actually have to, as a man, do something in order for that legal fiction to do something. It doesn't do anything by itself. Anyway, getting sidetracked. We don't need to be doing that during this video. I will do another. I'm going to do a couple more videos on the legal system. We're jumping through here quite rapidly, but you'll notice that, where that electric fence is, and again, I should have mentioned this just while we had the electric fence up there, but those electrical high voltage wires is what coming out of the Hoover Dam. If you look at a picture of the Hoover Dam, it's got those pylons with the electrical wires coming up, because of course it's power generation there. Okay, that place would have been able to produce the 1.21 gigawatts that Marty needed back in 1955, by the way. Okay, you see all the wires down there, and they're going to spin around, and T-Rex is trying to get them, and they're going to lure cargoes over. Okay, see just a single 04 here in the front of the car. On the rear view mirror tag, it's actually a 004. So this is kind of interesting. This has changed. Okay, going through. I'm sure there's some more interesting stuff in here. Here we go. Sam's going to lure him away, and then of course Jeff, the Muppet, thinks that he's going to help as well, but he doesn't, and ends up getting chased towards a toilet. Notice the shape of the island here. There's a lot of people talking about La Palma. Notice the shape of the island here is the heart shape as well. Kind of interesting. The blue, yeah, blue and white. He gets thrown underneath, injured, and this guy, who is on the throne, on the toilet reference, the Hoover Dam reference, is gonna get chowed. And so then we've got these lot escaping here. Oh, it goes on for a bit, but you'll notice that those electric wires are on a concrete wall there. Okay, on this concrete wall here. This is the dam, but we don't know it right now, because we've got to go over the edge. Here we go. Now we can see why this is the dam. Okay, we've got a little bit of water pouring through here. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show people. This is the dam here, and they're going to go over on the electric wires and escape. 9/11 and 9/14. Okay, key right here, key. And then of course the youngest kid that looks the most like, would be the representation of the baby. Okay, so it's almost like he's saving Mary at this point. He's coming over as well in the car. Okay, remember the 84 car. Okay, or the 004 car. And oh, there's an interesting spot here as well, which, oh no, we've got to have an advert. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Skippy whippy. Okay, sorry about that. There is an interesting part, and I don't know if I'm going to show it, but this piece of paper that is on the screen here, there's a picture of Oppenheimer, and there's a picture of a mushroom cloud, and I'm sure it says something like baby boom or something. This is really interesting, the idea of the birth of the baby, and we might get a shot of it.
Wants to go through the computer's lines of code.
Oh dear.
One by one.
But it's really interesting, the idea of the birth of the baby and
how many lines of code are
the boom going off. Okay.
About 2 million.
The nuclear boom.
2 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to get a shot of it. There's obviously an awful lot of stuff in here. can't even see it in the background there. Somewhere. In fact, actually, it looks like it's disappeared here. I don't know what computers, where it is on the background here on the computers. I thought it was on. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I can't remember what. We have another reference to water flowing over with Newman here, and he dies at that point. Okay, so another little minor dam reference, and Newman, sort of the bad guy, dying, the new man dying. Yeah. Again, I can't remember what number he had on his truck. Oh, it's the number. I think it's the number 12. I was thinking it was the other Jeep was number 12. Anyway, one of the Jeeps is the number 12, which is obviously 21 days from the 14th of August, gets us to the midnight hour, number 12, which then takes us from 9/4 through to 9/5. Okay, so very interesting. There he is, going down. Reminds me of the Penguin in Batman, actually, at that point, where he kind of goes down and rolls over like that. And again, he ends up dying. And it's funny, really, when that thing flips out. It's funny that the dinosaur that kills him has these sort of big flip out. I don't know what you'd call them. I'm just going to call them ears. You know, they're not ears, but that fan that flips out, they kind of look like ears again. I don't, I mean, I know that's reaching for people, but anyway, they've gone over the dam here, and they're at the bottom. Here's the water flowing out, okay, through the culvert here, and we can see the face of the dam. Very nice, okay. She's going to go there, and he's going to go rescue the kid that's up in the, I think it's a Ford Explorer, okay. And basically, that's about the end of the scene, okay. We're going to leave it there, I think. What I want to do, though, is, referencing back to the goat there at the start of that, let me show you something, because I've been talking about it in the last few videos and mentioning it to people, and some people might not know what I'm talking about with regard to Colne FC that is shone up on the Hoover Dam. Okay, so I'm going to show you that, which is right here. Okay, here is the sacrificial goat, or the scapegoat, or whatever you want to call it, but there's the goat. Okay, and of course, the greatest of all time, those people, the greatest of all time people, are always, that's the ego right there. Okay, the greatest of all time. You think of like Tom Brady or whatever. But then you take a step back, and obviously the greatest of all time actually is Jesus. So, again, you're flipping ideas in terms of, is it the good twin or the evil twin? Is it balanced or unbalanced? Okay. Notice the twin towers on here, Colne Cathedral, and then the 1FC is 163. And we've got the logo here that looks a lot like the Hoover Vacuum Company logo. Okay, but what you have is this goat on the side of the dam. It's an alpine goat. Okay, and that goat is the ibex goat. Ibex goat. Now, what does that sound like? Ipex goat. Okay, the ibex goat is the goat that climbs the dam, in the Alps or somewhere like that. And what it's doing is climbing up the side of this almost vertical cliff here, to get to these minerals that are seeping out of the dam. Okay, but this is this is kind of I thought it was a well-known thing, but I mean, I knew about this before. You know what I mean? I kind of had this already I mean, I did a video on this years ago, but you know, this is one of those things that is there in the, you know, within the consciousness. You know, oh, that reminds me of the goat that goes up the side of the dam. You know, and of course, yeah, it's the ibex goat, IPET goat, going up the side of the dam, escaping the dam, climbing up and over the dam, if you like. So how you want to think about that. I think, well, I'm going to leave it there for this one. Hopefully that was all right. Hopefully I wasn't too kind. There's a lot more in there, and I just want to keep these videos fairly short. All right, thanks for watching. All right, bye.